So take a couple of deep breaths, feeling the breath go down the back of the spine as you inhale. And then down the front of the spine as you exhale, sinking the body a little bit more into the foam. Take a few rounds of breath as you inhale, feeling the breath expand you into the foam. And then as you exhale, sink a little bit more into the support of the foam beneath you. And with the next breath, we'll add a little bit of movement as you inhale, arching the pelvis forward. So you create a little space behind the low back. And then exhale, flattening the back towards the floor. Inhale and arching. Exhale and flattening. Just feeling the sacrum and the tailbone roll over the foam. Awareness of where the pelvis is in space is super important for spinal stabilization. So now bring that awareness from being just at the pelvis to traveling up and down the spine. So feel the ripple of the spine as the pelvis tips forward. Feel how it goes all the way up to the chin, pulling the chin down towards the throat. And then as you scoop the pelvis the other way, flattening the low back, feel how the head follows and the chin goes upward. So pelvis rolls down to the heels, chin tucks as well. And then the pelvis tips towards the head and the chin goes towards the ceiling. Just feel that connection of chin and pelvis moving together, feeling that connectedness of the entire spine. And then tuck. One more time, feeling the whole spine move. Perfect. Now let's bring together the upper body and lower body. So now feeling the whole spine move in a way that's going to be more similar to what we know of as core stabilization. So take your hands, interlace them, bring them behind your head, and feel your fingers just rest at the base of the skull, at the occiput, so that the hands clasp around the neck. And then now on the inhale, arch the back, feel the chin lift up, press the elbows wide like you're spreading your wings. So you have a nice big arch under the back. And then as you exhale, scoop the tailbone so the low back presses in. Bring the elbows to touch in front of the nose and then round the spine up. So now we're rounding from both ends. Rolling down, arch, elbows press wide, extend the whole spine, open the front body, and then now scoop the tailbone, elbows draw together in front of the nose, round the spine up. Moving really smoothly. So the foam roller adds a level of instability. And it also helps orient you to the segmental motion. So every segment moving as you roll each vertebrae one at a time up off of the foam. Continue about 3 more like this. Think about it less of a crunch and more of a roll. If you feel unstable, really press your feet into the floor for some added stability. And then let the head come down, let the hands come down, and just feel the support of the spine again underneath you. And then now, feel the pelvis press down into the foam. feel the low back push into the foam. So you're really stable along the lower spine now. And now we're gonna come to the legs. So we'll increase instability by lifting one leg off the ground. So start with your hands, maybe tented out like a little V for some balance. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bring the right knee into your chest. Keep the low back pressing down into the foam as you bring your leg down. Inhale here, exhale, left knee comes towards your chest. Keep the foam as still as possible. And down. So like we're marching here on the foam. Not letting the back move, not letting the foam move. Staying perfectly still. Just feeling the ball of the hip joint move in the sockets. One more time so that you're even on both sides. Then we'll add on here. Stay here if that was enough challenge for you. If you want to add on, let's add an arm. So we're going to create a diagonal pattern like we're walking. So now, take a breath in. As you exhale, right leg lifts, left arm lifts. So you get that arm swing with the march. Maybe hold here just to feel that pattern. And then come back down. So start slow. Then take the hand that's on the floor now, so the left fingers, and tense them, just like that, for a little stability. Breathe in, exhale, right arm, left leg. Pause just to feel the pattern so that you can get it, that brain-body connection. And then now we'll sync the movement to breath. So inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift. Nothing along the midline is moving. So really challenge your stability here, keeping everything perfectly still. Slow and steady movements. Exhaling as you lift, stabilizing the core. Inhale as you come back down. Two more on each side. Last one on each side. Perfect. Just pause for a moment. Feel your body sink. Let go of the efforting, and then just feel yourself drop into the foam. Feel the weight of the body be heavy, and just feel how the spine now connects with the foam roller beneath you. Notice if the ribs are touching a little better, the low back is touching a little better, if you just feel a little more stable now at rest. And now we're going to make this even a little bit more unstable by both legs coming up. So we're going to start out with that marching. So we're going to go right leg up. Now exhale, left leg up. Inhale, right leg down. Exhale, left leg down. Again, right, inhale, left, exhale, right, inhale, left, exhale. No movement in the spine. Right, inhale, exhale, right leg down. 3 more just like this. Right, left, right, left. Up, up, down, down. Again, up, up, down, down. Last one. Right, left, right, left. Perfect. One full breath of rest. Now left leg leads. So same thing, other side. Maybe do one pelvic tilt, reset the pelvis so the pelvis is level. If you put your heel of your hand on your hip bones and put your middle finger on your pubic bone, this should be flat, like a platter. Try not to let it be pulled forward or pulled back. Just keep it flat, grounding the pelvis and the back of the sacrum into the foam for stability, anchoring yourself there. So breathe in, left leg comes up. Exhale, right leg comes up. Inhale, left leg down. Exhale, right leg down. Again, left, right, left, right. One side might be harder than the other. You might notice switching sides makes you a little less stable. 3 more. Up, up, down, down. Up, up, down, down. Last time, hold it up. Both legs up. Press the sacrum into the floor. Pull the ribs in towards the navel so that the ribs press down too. Now, fingertips on the earth. Keep the body still. Breathe in here. As you exhale, straighten the right leg out to where the wall and the ceiling meet, like a 45-degree angle. Breathe in. Exhale, come back to center. Straighten the left leg out. Come back to center. Straighten the right leg out. Come back to center. Straighten the left. Try to keep all of your awareness right along the spine. 1 breath per movement. Back's nice and stable, really still. Engage with the foam roller. One more on each side. Out. Out. And then maybe hug your knees to your chest. We have one more exercise on our backs on the foam roller. So maybe put your feet down for a second. Just let go of the hips. This last action is going to be a little bit different direction. So it's going to challenge your stability in a little bit of a different way. So when you're ready, both legs come up. Anchor the spine to the foam. Now, instead of reaching out, one leg is going to go down to the side. And you'll notice you might want to roll off and then come back to center. Other leg goes down to the side. Notice how much you're using your hands. Can you think about making the stabilization come from the spine so the hands are light on the floor? You'll feel the weight still shift from one hand to the other, stabilizing. You'll notice one side's probably easier than the other, but just make this movement about the hip inside the socket. Whole leg drops out to the side, comes back to center, out to the side, come back to center, to the left, and center, to the right, and center, left. Exhale as you pull back to center, and right, pull back to center. One more on each side. Beautiful. Both legs come down. Roll off to the side. Take your foam roller out from under you. We're going to do just one nice, really great positional stretch, positional release to let go of the front of the hips. That helped us with a lot of that stabilization. So lying on your back with your knees bent, take the foam and just bring it underneath the sacrum now. And then let your one leg rest straight. And then if that feels okay in your low back, let both legs rest straight. Stretch out the front of that pelvis, because next we're going to get into the glutes. And then if this feels good, let both arms come up overhead and interlock the elbows overhead. Take about 5, 6, 7 breaths here. Bring your arms down slowly. Bend one knee, bend the other. Lift your hips. Just slide the foam down so it's under your knees now. We're going to use the foam now under our heels. So we're going to use the foam as a little bit of instability to get into the glutes and into the hamstrings. So to begin, I want you to dig your heels into the foam, press your hands into the earth, feel the whole spine come in contact with the floor or the mat, and then now keep the legs neutral. If you find your knees going in or out, you can take a ball between your knees. That's a great way to keep neutral. And then now push down through your heels, and you're still working on the spine. So your spine is going to curl. Tailbone, sacrum, low back, mid back, keeping the low back long. Then roll down. Mid back, low back, sacrum, and tailbone. Again, curl from the tailbone, sacrum, low back, mid back, right to between the shoulder blades. Don't let the back arch. You'll really feel the hamstrings. Now roll down. Mid back, low back. Every segment touches the floor, one at a time. Peel the spine up. Roll the spine down. Again, you really feel it. Push down to lift up. Scoop. Really engage the belly. Slow the motion down so you can feel every segment of the spine moving separately. Try 3 more. Curl. Continuing to breathe. Last time, heels push down, scoop the tailbone up, roll the spine up, roll the spine down, mid back, low back, tailbone. Great. Relax the legs over the foam for a moment. Hi, Kona. Maybe shake the legs out. We'll do one more here that's really going to burn out those hamstrings. So the abs work really well with the back body. So we really want to get the abdominals working and then the glutes and hamstrings working to give us good stability. So this is a nice hamstring at one here. We're going to start in the same foundation. So bend the knees, heels dig into your foam. Now curl that tailbone low back up off the ground. Keep that little tiny hover, keeping the scoop of the low belly. So now what we're going to do is we're going to straighten out and then pull the legs in. Maybe come into the arches of the feet if that feels a little better. Straighten out and then pull in. As you pull in, get a little bit of a scoop. Straighten out. Don't let the back arch. Keep that scoop and then pull in. Try 5 more. Nothing's moving but the knees. Each exhale pulls the ribs in towards the navel. For 3. 2. Don't lose the spinal alignment. Last one. And then rolling back down. Let the legs relax. Feeling the support of your body on the floor. And then now, as you're ready, you're going to come over to your hands and knees. We're going to keep up with a similar activity, but now in hands and knees versus on your back. Great. So now we're going to get a little crunching activation here. So from your hands and knees, the foam is going to come underneath your shins. So roll the foam under your shins. Spine in neutral. Pull the ribs into the spine, pull the navel to the spine. So come out of the arch in your back. Yeah. And now we're going to let the legs come out behind a little bit without letting the back arch. So neutral spine, no arch in your back. And then pull the knees into your chest and get a little crunch of the low belly. Yeah. Sorry about that, you just lost my video. And then pull the knees in. Keep going, 1 sec. There we go. Knees pull in. Spine stays still, spine stays long, no arching. Exhale as you pull the knees in. And then tuck the tailbone between the knees as you crunch. Try for 3 more. One more for good luck. And then release. Knees come down. Maybe take the hands to the foam. And then just sit back to child's pose for a moment. Okay. Now from here, this is a little non-traditional use of the foam roller, and it's not really a foam roller stabilization technique, but I just want to use it as a means of giving you a cue to help maintain midline orientation to the spine, because that's super important. So probably everybody has done what we call in therapeutic session a bird dog. But what you might see is this, or twisting. But the goal of this activity is to really maintain a neutral spine. So not to let the pelvis rock, not to let the back sag around, but keep a neutral spine. So the foam roller is a great way to help monitor that. So if you come to your hands and knees and take the foam roller right along the spine, this will help maintain the neutral curve of the back. And it will also be a really great indicator if you lose the balance of the pelvis. So when this is here, it already feels a little wobbly. So now try to slide one leg out behind you. I'm going to take my right leg. I'm going to curl the toes under like a plank. And when I'm in that plank, I'm going to pull the belly in a little bit more. So I feel that belly activation before I even lift up. Now, lift the right leg, engaging your glute, but keep the belly pulled in. So come out of that arch in the low back, and then lengthen the left arm forward. Hold for 5 breaths. Continuing to draw your awareness to the navel right in front of the foam. So try to pull the belly button into the foam. Bring the navel and the foam closer together. And then come down really slowly. Don't lose that stability. Place it down without the foam moving. Yes. Beautiful. Reset. Maybe reposition the foam if it needs a little help. Stabilize yourself really still here. Straighten the left leg out behind you. Curl your toes under. Engage. Oops, I lost it. Not a good model. Engage your belly. Engage your left glute. And then slowly lift the left leg, trying not to move anything. From here, straighten the right arm out in front. 5 breaths. And then coming down, very slow. Good, rebalancing in center. Let's do that again on each side. Keeping the pelvis really stable. Stretch the right leg out behind. Lift the right leg by engaging the glute, not arching the back. If the back initiates the movement, you'll know because that foam will rock. Then stretch the left arm out in front. And you'll notice one side's a lot easier than the other. I'm way more stable on this side than the other side. Like this side, I can look at you guys. I can feel like I can keep it there all day. When I go to the other side, we'll see how it goes. Really stretch through your back leg and your arm to make yourself as long as possible. And then go ahead, slowly return. Can you keep that foam as still as possible? And then let's switch sides again. Shift the left leg back. Push your toes into the earth. Reconnect to the belly. Then just with the glute, lift the left leg. Lift the right arm. Take one more breath. And then come on down. One more time on each side. So let me get 3 of each. Pull the navel towards the spine. Really stabilize. Go at your own pace. And then return. Last time. It's quality over quantity. So in this series, we're working on stabilization. So not necessarily abdominal strength, but being able to orient our body around midline to maintain the integrity of the spinal alignment. And then coming back, sitting back to remove the foam. And then we have one more exercise. So this last one, you're going to sit on the foam. Right at the edge. And we're going to work again on that extension and flexion of the spine, but now from a seated position. So sitting right at the edge, we're going to start to roll back onto our sacrum, rolling, letting one segment of the spine at a time touch the foam. Keep your feet grounded. If you need a little stability, place a block or ball between the knees. It's going to give a lot of help. Gorgeous ball is perfect for this. And then roll back up. And then let's do that again. This time, maybe you get to the sacrum and you say, oh, I can go a little further. Can you get the low back down? Pause right where you quiver. And then come back up. Let's do it again, nice and smooth. It's not about how far down you go. It's about being able to maintain the alignment of the spine, the stability. Go right to where you feel like I'm going to lose it, then come back up. You should really feel the abdominals pull in at the end range. This one's hard. Definitely hard. But integrates a lot of what we did with the knees on, when we were on hands and knees and having the knees on the foam. And then that first exercise that we did right here. So now, if you want to give it a shot, roll onto the pelvis, lower yourself all the way down, one segment, down, 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 onto your back. Now from here, initiating from the core, breathe in, exhale, ribs come up, push your back into the foam, roll up, oops, one segment at a time. Try to make it nice and smooth. Let's try 2 more rounds of that if that works for you. Otherwise, just kind of coming through whatever range was accessible. So rolling down, tailbone, low back, mid back, upper back. Breathing here. Exhale, ribs are what roll you up, just like you did before. Push the low back into the floor. Push your feet into the earth. Oops, needed a little momentum there. And up. One more time. Great job. So now come on off of here. And let's just give ourselves a nice stretch now, extending over the foam. So foam is right behind the mid-back. We'll get nice little abdominal stretch as we come into some spinal extension here. If it feels good and you want to, give a little roll to the back. Feeling the change. If you've done this before, it might feel so different than when you normally do it. And then let the hips come down. And then now lean back over the foam just to stretch out the abdominals. Reach with the elbows, so the elbows right against the cheekbones pull you back so that you're not getting extension in the head or the neck, but from the thoracic spine. Maybe it feels good to just drop down over the foam here. And then take a breath in. As you exhale, use the abdominals that we just worked on to pull you back up. Let's do that maybe 2 more times, maybe finding a slightly different spot to extend over. Breathe in. Elbows lead the movement, arching your back. Take a deep breath in here. Let the head be cradled by the hands so the back of the neck is still long. The extension is coming through the upper abdominals. Maybe you even decide, oh, I want to straighten out my legs to get a little bit more length, a little bit more stretch. On the exhale, use the abdominals to pull you up. And let's just do that one more time. Maybe roll, find that just right spot to lean over. Take a breath in. As you exhale, elbows lead, lifting you up and over the foam. Take a few breaths, feeling the elbows reach overhead, lengthening the side body. One more breath in. And last time, engage the abdominals, pull the belly in, and come on up. Thank you so much for joining me today. See you again soon.